everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, what we're gonna do is propagating Stromanthe. This plant name is Stromanthe sanguinea. It's also commonly called Stromanthe triostar, tricolor. This is one of our Stromanthe which has been grown quite big, so it's time to do propagating. If you want to know how to grow Stromanthe, check out here about how we grow. And besides that, let's start. Because Stromanthe is clumping plant which is having a new shoot from the root, so we're gonna take out the soil from the pot and then gonna dividing the root very carefully. Just gently removing the soil. The root ball is actually, we don't really need to break it too much because there is less chance to be connecting with the other plant. So instead, we just gonna more focus on dividing from the top. There is two main stem. Each stem is gonna be one plant. So grab there and trying to divide from there. Like that. After removing, after divide, just gently, and then instead of just pulling, leave one plant and then slowly taking out the root. Or if it's too hard, you just can using a sharp scissor, garden scissor, and then cut it out. I want to keep the root as much as possible, so yes, like that. Then one itself is gonna grow as 1, and then one 2, and 3. So that one is actually 3 plant, but because that 2 is too young now, so I will just put together like this. The other one, the 2, I just put together the 2, so it can be a little bit bushier. So just make 3, 1, 2, and 3. Actually, demon and demon, each one is gonna grow to each individual plant, but as you see, that 2 is way too small right now, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. And also, if you see closely, it doesn't even have lots of root disconnected there, so I will just put together like that. And then one, and the other one, that 2 is actually, I can divide a little more, and even that one is about to falling, but cause even though I just propagate, I also want to make them a little bit bushier, and then I'm not really rushing into it, so I just decide to plant like this together. So all we need to do is potting now. Of course, we want to make sure the plant is standing properly, but I'll say don't press it too hard, because if you press too hard, it can compress the root, and that's gonna make the root losing the water from there, and also at the same time it can damage. So recommend to not tapping too hard. In the same way, a little bit of soil. Okay, so that's it. Our podding is finished. This plant is actually a little fragile, so even though I did my best for being careful, but their root have been a little damaged, so that's why I kind of thinking the foliage can be a little bit droopy. Generally in 2 to 3 days, it's gonna be come back slowly, so you really don't need to be freaked out. So anyway, after finished propagating, instead of giving fertilizer straight, I would wait for like another 1 week, so the divided root can be a little bit adjusted on the soil. But for now, I will just give them a good drink. So for the water, I just put a saucer in there. Put plants together. And then I just simply pour the water on a saucer. For the watering, I prepared the filtered water instead of tap water. If you have a filter that can remove the chlorine, then you can use that filter. But if you don't have, then generally what I do is I just put some tap water in a bottle, place for 1 day to 2 days, and then I use that water. Only the reason is because I found it whenever I use the tap water, their tip is becoming more brownish, so I decided to give filtered water. After give water like that in a saucer, wait about 10 minutes so the soil can absorb the water enough. After 10 minutes, if the water is still there, then just take out the pot from the saucer and then place somewhere else. But if the water is all absorbed, then we need to just place it in the right position. So that's my Stromanthe propagation video. Thank you for watching, and I wish the best for your Stromanthe.